All right, so here's a hot tip for when you're building and testing your workflows in HighLevel. It's especially going to be useful in workflows such as appointment confirmation reminders, when the trigger is booking a call on a calendar, or say you have a sales funnel and you're actually running a credit card and so the order submitted, or even submitting a form or submitting a survey. Now, if you want to test your workflows, you usually have to go and you have the test here, but sometimes when you use the test workflow, you don't always get all the data that you would get when you actually submit an order. For example, all the payment details. Or if you book an appointment, doing the test workflow, you're not going to have the appointment time, you're not going to have the appointment location, things like that. So you actually have to go through and book a call, or actually have to go through and submit a payment on the order form. But if you're testing this, and the other thing that comes into play, especially if you're using a webhook. So if you're going to an outside software and you're sending out a webhook, a lot of times you want to test it to make sure formatting or whatever you're doing on the back end with Zapier, Make, Pabbly, anything like that, sometimes you got to submit it multiple times to get the right information. And so if you're just going to do that, you're going to have to maybe run your credit card several times to go through here, and that gets kind of annoying. Or you're going to have to book several appointments. You're going to have all these appointments booked on your calendar. Or submit the form or the survey multiple times and have all these form survey submissions. But here's a way to eliminate that and really just have one. So we're going to just going to go for the appointment status one, for example here. So I have a calendar pulled up here. I'm going to submit an appointment. But the first thing I do before actually creating an appointment, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in a step here, and I'm going to add in a wait step. So I usually just do something like 100, just make it long, whatever, 100, just that I know. So it's when someone gets here, they'll be here for a long time and they're not going to pass through all this yet. So I'll save that. Now I'm going to go over to the calendar and I'm going to book a call real quick. All right, so I just booked that call. Now here's another quick little tip. So instead of clicking the refresh button up here to see where the people are in each step, that takes a little bit longer to actually refresh the page. What I do is click on, say, enrollment history, and I go right back to builder. And then it's there. I think it's a quicker refresh than click on the refresh button. So it's actually a bonus tip for this video. But what I do now is, now that I have this wait step here, maybe I don't need to test adding a tag. I don't need to test the opportunity. Maybe I want to test the SMS. Also, the other thing in this is maybe I don't want to send all these text messages and rack up my bill for testing this workflow. The really cool thing is what you can do is you can take a wait step in here, and even if there's people at the wait step, you can move it. So what I'll do is I'll move this action. Say I'm testing the webhook. I'm going to Zapier, or I use Make. So I'm going to Make and I have something going on there. And I need to submit this webhook maybe a couple times just to make sure I have the data over there and I can set up my automation correctly. So I'll do that. And what I'll also do is now I will copy this action or just create another wait step. And so I basically put two wait steps around the action that I'm testing, which is a webhook. So we'll save this here. Now that this is here, now I want to test the webhook. So what I'm going to do, click on little person here, and then I'll click on run. I'm going to force him to the next step. So if we do that, move all. And so now he's over in this step. Here's my little tip again. Click enrollment history, back to builder. Let me scroll down. And now my little guy is down here on the next wait step, which means it went through the webhook and the webhook got submitted. Okay, so now I'm over in Make. I'm adjusting my scenario. Oh, it didn't come out the way I wanted to. I need to do another test. Okay, that's easy. I come back into HighLevel. I'll just take this action, move this action above the webhook, move this one as my new capture wait step, move it below the webhook, and now before I run it, I need to save it, otherwise it'll go on to the next one. So I'll save it, and now here I can go in and I can test this again. So I could run the contact through. Now he's going through the webhook, sending that out, and then going to the next wait step. Enrollment history, back to builder, and we go down, now he's at the next wait step. So that is a quick tip. That is something that you can do for testing your workflows or testing specific spots or specific sequences of your workflow without having to go and say submit 20 appointments or book 20 calls or submit 20 forms or whatever you're doing, how many times you need to test it. And when I'm done, I say I need to test another spot, I can just move this and say we want to test, now I want to test the text. Go here, I can take my wait step, we'll move it, and then over here. Or maybe I want to test both these at the same time, so I can move it down here. So that way, now I can just go and force them through, and I can move them around. Because the people in the wait step, they stay with that wait step whenever you move it around. That's a hot tip. Hopefully that helps you with building and testing your workflows without having to go and have all these booked calls, or all these form submissions, or all these running your credit card 50 times just to get this test done. That's my tip for you. Hopefully it helps you guys out. I'll see you on the next video.